Warning: the following presentation was intended for mature audiences only. Listener discretion is highly advised. In addition, the cast of Two Nerds and a Mohawk would like to take this opportunity to urge anyone who is easily offended to please stop listening immediately. You have been warned.
Previously on Two Nerds and a Mohawk.
Skylines were creepy.
First time, yeah, the Skylines. The Skylines were creepy. They were literally fucking toasters on legs, man. Come on.
Yeah, you don't get electrocuted by a toaster? Pretty damn scary.
No one except
it looks like a triple for a week.
Wait, okay, hold on. How did you get electrocuted by the you know, the second one? Ivan Trail? No, fucking that's I'm not even gonna go down that trail right now. No. That guy's like, go for it. Go for it, motherfucker. You don't even know. Yeah. you don't even know what I have in mind, so you might want to hold off on that a little bit. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening? It's your friend the Village Idiot rolling with just the Kracksquatch tonight. Man, that's weird. That's like the first time I've only had to say one person. I was going to say going solo with the Kracksquatch, and I'm like, that would sound really weird. So we're gonna say just rolling with the Kracksquatch. Oh, okay. Moving on from that, because now the situation is incredibly awkward. I'm getting that look. The fuck? Yeah, there you go. There we go. So tonight, I'm gonna fuck up again. Sweet. Well, hey, you know what? I saved my ass last episode. Probably episode before that too, depending on where we're at right now.
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright, so tonight I think we're gonna go back and do this whole psychological bit and talk about misplaced childhood. So I think we've touched on this a couple of times in the past. Some things have come up and we never really got answers to them. Kracksquatch. I seem to remember something about a toaster.
Oh, the fucking toaster.
Yes, the fucking toaster.
The fucking toaster.
Yeah, here you go, sir. You must tell this story.
Okay, well, unfortunately the toaster story isn't the greatest of the stories. I was about 10 years old, and, well, I wanted my damn bagel, which got stuck in said toaster. Yep. So, me, mighty and brilliant, I'll just get a fork. Stepped right through the bagel into the toaster.
What was that?
Yep. like an idiot. So suffice to say, I had this lovely little shocking sensation run up my arm, which of course caused my muscles to flex, and the fork went flying across the room and into the wall.
Suffice it to say, this was a shocking experience.
Oh. No. You are talking about shocking experiences.
Hold on.
Oh,
Did your mom charge you for the wall?
No, Mom being her usual supportive self was laughing her ass off in the corner. Seriously, she was cooking eggs. She's like, what the? She's like, are you alright? Like, are you good? Like,
Her hair's all in a freaking afro. Like, is that okay?
And I'm like, what the fuck? You have to look at Mom. Oh yeah, but no, I would say the crowning achievement of getting myself electrocuted was the bug zapper. Seriously, a fucking bug zapper. How the fuck do you electrocute yourself on a bug zapper?
I don't know why you're asking, because apparently this has happened to you.
Indeed. I'll tell you how it happened. Okay. At the time, let's see, bug zapper, I was probably about 13. And growing up, I had 2 dogs, so I'm out in the backyard, raking up the dog crap.
Why do you use a shovel?
Because the rake worked faster.
How does a rake work? It rolls.
Grass. grass lawn doesn't work so well. You know,
We have crabgrass out here, so henceforth, it's a lot easier to use a
okay, I'll give you that. Crabgrass is horrible. I hate that.
Michigan is fucking crabgrass.
I hate it. Well, that's because it's like one of the few grasses that's actually fucking, whatchamacallit, evergreen. You know, it'll, like, survive, like, everything.
With the PMSing Michigan weather, yeah, that's the only grass that survives.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, it's cold. Hey, I'm good, whatever. Seconds.
Yeah, but moving on, sorry.
Yeah, so, so I'm out in the backyard cleaning up the dog crap. And I, lean the rake up, against the pole, pick some of it up, dump it in the thing, and I go to knock the rake down. Now, this particular rake had a very metallic head. The metal tongs and all that stuff.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I went and smacked it down, and my arm kicks back, flying all back, and I was like, son of a bitch! and literally for a week, my left arm is moving like something like out of an old King Kong movie. That fucking like stop, stutter shit. I'm serious, I'm like, ah!
Wait, so, okay, is this the rake up on the wall in a bug zapper?
Unintentional. But yeah, when I leaned it up against the pole, one of the tongs went right into the bug zapper and was leaning right against the little electric grid.
Oh.
And because it was right against it, you didn't hear the crackling or anything. So I had this electrically charged fucking rake sitting right there.
Yet another shocking experience.
Oh yeah, I was shocked. I was very much shocked. That actually this fucking rake is possessed.
Wait, hold on.
10 minutes ago, what the fuck
Did you go
happened?
back and try to grab it again?
Well, luckily, because, me being cocky, I was kind of like, the plan was to use my left hand to smack it and then grab it with my right, so I had momentum behind it. So, thankfully, when I hit it, after getting barbecued, well, yeah, maybe lightly toasted. Toasty. Toasty.
No, you gotta go all Mortal Kombat.
Toasty. If you're going Mortal Kombat, it's 5-inch toasty.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm tired, man. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Anyway, trust me on this one. That's what I know. I got many a toasties. Anyway, that sounded horrible.
Yeah,
anyway.
It really does.
Many a toasties. So thankfully, because of the momentum my hand originally had, it knocked the rake over. As such, no longer electrically charged.
You got the theorized bug zapper one. It's definitely better.
I told you, the toaster is like, okay, it happened because of, something stupid.
Well, I guess that the toaster thing came up twice, so
At least, something like that.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah, the toaster was like the stupid usual toaster that is like, oh yeah, don't stick a force
How
in it.
usual is it? I've never done it. I'm the fucking village idiot, man.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Booyah. Booyah.
You probably just don't remember.
Oh, that's sorry. Alright, I think you're done with your childhood now. You pissed me off.
Well, at least as far as the more interesting, electrifying instances.
Your shocking experiences.
Well, shit, at least I didn't get stuck there just sitting there.
Well, you know, if you would have went back both times, I'm like, oh, I wonder if I do it. No.
That would have been pretty damn funny, though. At least from an outside perspective.
Freaking hilarious. A little puff of smoke in your furs all... Wow, your hair. Well, you're the Kracksquatch, so I'm envisioning this miniature Kracksquatch. You see what I'm saying? I'm playing with the... Wow. Like you're all furry. Alright,
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah, seriously, I'm a Kracksquatch, not a Wookiee. Please don't make the same mistake.
Oh, come on. Wookiees are cool.
Yeah, Wookiees are cool, but Wookiees aren't Kracksquatches.
Oh, God, I need a cigarette or something. Anyway. Well, I don't have anything as shockingly revealing as the Kracksquatch.
You almost ended up seeing my pop all over your windshield. Seriously, I almost just
I'd be like,
all over
no.
your windshield.
No, dude, that would piss me right off. But like, no! Dude, pop.
Man, Kracksquatch, go in your corner.
Alright, so, like I said, nothing electrifying as that story, but that wasn't even a pun, you moron. It still came out as one. I think that's the third time I've done that today. Alright, so anyway, nothing having to do with electricity. I think my childhood embarrassing stories, at least a couple that come to mind. I would have been 10, and this is back at a time before my father was heavy into playing the drums. He played in the church band, and a guy through our church was in college and wanted my dad to do the drum work for a school project of his. You know, he was going for a music major or some shit like that.
Oh, man.
So we're at this studio, which is on a college campus, I think for legal purposes. I'm not going to mention which one, just to save face, because they are considered a Christian college, and I really don't think they'd be happy to be associated with this show. No, I think it'd be, oh my gosh, I mentioned the law! You know, lawyers with... Lawyers with little collars. Oh, anyway, yeah. So anyway, we're at this place, and since it is part of a college, you know, you've got different classrooms, and this studio is actually on the third floor of this place. Downstairs there was a Christian bookstore, a cafeteria, and whatnot, and we were there after hours during the winter, I think just after New Year's. So, you know, me being 10, I wasn't into music at the time, and, you know, I certainly was not as articulate about the type of music they're playing. If anything, I was into more, you know, heavy rock and roll, and this was like contemporary, you know, Christian music and whatever. Not that I have anything against Christian music, don't get me wrong, it's just after a while it gets a little monotonous. Yeah, plus if you're in a studio, you don't have like backing guitars or anything. All you see is somebody playing, and it really is boring. I'll tell you. So, long story short, I mean, I started exploring. I mean, what kid doesn't? I'm going through the halls, you know, locked door, locked door, locked door. Go down another hall, another locked door, another locked door. Finally, I find a door that opens. I go into it, and it's a stairwell, you know, at the back of the building. So I go through the door, and the door shuts behind me, and I'm looking, and I'm like, I wonder where this leads. So I go down the stairs, and it's just a door at the bottom of the stairs that leads to the outside. Now, when we came into the building, we had to have campus security let us in. So I was not really advantageous about going outside because I didn't have my coat. It was icy, it was snowy, typical Michigan weather. So I, you know, shut that door, went back upstairs, and tried to go through the door that I had come in. It wasn't, it clicked, it locked behind me, and I didn't know this. So I stood there for a minute and looked at the door and went, oh God, I'm stuck here in this stairwell. So fast forward about 20 minutes because there was a lot of kicking the door, pounding on the door, and, you know, breaking down, you know, in the mind of a child, and I'm going to be left here. My dad's going to go home, and I'm going to be here. I don't want to be here. So, you know, 10, 20 minutes of pounding and kicking on the door, and my father is in a soundproof studio playing the drums. I can still hear the thudding of the drums, and I pretty much gave up. I'm like, you know, I'm done. This is it. This is my tomb. Yeah. If I would have heard caps, I probably would have been like, ah! So, you know, about 20 minutes later, the door all of a sudden opens. There's my dad and our friend, and he's like, I thought I heard something pounding. I knew it wasn't me, and I'm like, ah, that's safe. I'm not dead.
How long has it been? Weeks?
Yeah, pretty much. there, it's like, how long have the yeah, the light. But yeah, from then on, and still to this day, I will not go through a door without propping it open behind me. I refuse. So yeah, even as an adult, I'm very cautious about
what if it was a childhood trauma?
It was traumatizing. Oh yeah. Every kid. Now, I'm not encouraging that, parents go out there and traumatize their kids, but I think every kid...
They're going to do it themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
As simple as that. I think kids are suicidal, they're going to traumatize themselves. Done deal.
Well, yeah, kind of like, I kind of learned another good example of a really embarrassing story. And this has a lot to do with putting my foot in my own mouth. To this day, not literally. I mean, biting off a little more than I can chew. I don't even want to know. Anyway.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
I wasn't even thinking about the gutter. So whose mind's in the gutter? Yours! No. Alright. So, 17, since I was, probably 9 or 10, I've been into bicycle motocross, aka BMX. Not racing, I'm more into stunt. Past career, I worked 6 years in a retail store that also had a bike shop connected to it, and, did the whole BMX gig. And I mean, to this day, I still do. 3 kids, married, still ride a little 20-inch bike. Everyone's always like, oh, is that bike too small for you? It's like, no, bruh.
Is it considered undercompensating?
Pretty much, yeah. It really would be. But this had to have been when I was about 12, on the verge of being a teenager. So you're at that adolescent stage where you think you know everything. So
you think you know? You absolutely know everything.
Hell yeah, dude, you got years of experience, man. You're almost at that teen, bro. So my friends and I, we built this jump, and we're, jumping our bikes, and we actually had 2 kicker ramps. For those of you that don't know what a kicker ramp is, a kicker is a inclined ramp that has a slight curve to it, hence kicking you upward. We had 2 of these, and we kept, moving them apart from each other to a point where they were almost 10 feet apart, and we were jumping the gap. And so a bunch of neighborhood kids in the road, doing this gap, and every few minutes you hear someone yell, "Car!" and everyone would scramble and grab the ramp. You gotta protect these little plastic ramps. But I got up there, and I'm the one that was getting pretty much the gap. Everyone else was kind of falling short, except for my buddy. For all intents and purposes, we'll call him Chad. Not his real name, but Chad and I, we were kind of going at it, seeing who could get further. He finally, fucked up. He completely missed one ramp and ended up crashing into the other. So, kind of to outdo him, I looked at everybody else that was gathered there. There's about 10 kids in all. I looked at them and said, hey, check this out. This is some professional shit. Took off. And for those of you that bike a lot, you know that when you take off and you want any sort of momentum, your whole body starts working while you're pedaling. Alright, so I start really cranking on the pedals, and I'm going, 1, 2, 3 pedal. All of a sudden, I'm on the ground and the bike is way behind me. Somehow in the middle of all this, my chain had snapped and threw the bike about 4 feet to the left, and I, careened and hit the frickin' ground and laid there. They're all like, yeah, that was some professional shit! You guys are sick! Yeah, I was like, oh, this sucks. It's one of those things that don't tempt anything. Don't tempt karma, don't tempt fate, because it'll fuck you over.
Oh, yeah.
Guaranteed.
Oh.
One of these days we gotta get Buddha to tell some show, so you gotta have something.
Oh, he's gotta have some good ones.
Yeah, on that note, hopefully sometime we can get Buddha back on the show.
We're working on it.
Working on some technical difficulties. Namely, our editor is having a lazy moment. Let's put it that way. Yeah, for the record, we do have an editor. It is a lot of work. You know how much of a pain in the ass is to look at all that shit? God. But anyway, like I said, shows. We'll try to get Buddha back for you. I don't know who's missing him. I am.
I
I know. He competes us.
I mean, face it, we need the other nerds.
Yeah, we also need a mohawk. Kracksquatch.
I know not of what I even speak.
Of course you don't. But anyway. Alright, I think we're out of time. It's getting freaking late. So, on that note, we'll probably sign off. Hopefully we'll see you back here for another fun and exciting and shocking episode of Two Nerds and a Mohawk. The good warring, baby! Woo!
You really gotta stop with the punishment. I'll have none more than that.
the punishment?
That was my pun! Don't steal my pun!
I did it! I still did it!
That was my pun!
Alright guys, this is the Village Idiot, the Kracksquatch.